Here in the Morton household, and at this particular time, Paul Jr., who is now 9 years old.
All right, PJ is rendering us a selection on his...
When you've been in music as long as I have, you're constantly looking for inspiration. And you're looking for the things that made you want to do it, you know, in the first place.
Stellar Songwriter of the Year award goes to PJ Morton.
I've made albums every type of way that you can think, you know.
I'm bringing this back home to New Orleans, man.
Next guest is a Grammy award-winning musician and songwriter who just wrapped up a tour with Maroon 5.
Singer, songwriter, producer, four-time Grammy award winner, PJ Morton.
So I wanted to try something that I'd never done before.
You lied to me. You didn't want me to see.
I was only supposed to go to work on a new album, but I said if I'm gonna go to Africa, I want to see Africa. It's all happening. I'm watching it in real time. So we set out to do 4 different countries. This is our first show ever in South Africa, ever in history. I wanted to do concerts, TV, radio, meet other creatives, see the nightlife, experience the food, all of it. Yeah, it feels like home. All while taking in these experiences and writing a new album. Experiencing so many different cultures so quickly. You know what I'm saying? So the plan was we would start in South Africa. Day 1, Cape Town, 19 hours from home.
I've been waiting to see you here.
Then fly 8 hours to Nigeria. Got to Lagos, this is my first time here. Then over to Ghana. Then another 9 hours all the way north to Egypt. We made it to Cairo. Then we go all the way back down south, another 10 hours to Johannesburg to finish the album. We just made it back to Joburg and perform on the finale of Idol. Here we go.
Let's go, P.
Hey, man. Idol finale.
We trying to make something special.
I put a little pressure on myself, you know, to make an album in a month while I'm in Africa. You never know when I get an idea. I got to get it out or I'll forget. Back in my brain, I'm like, yo, what if like, well, yeah, what if it's not turning out like I thought, you know? You know, I knew that I was making an album, but this has been much, much more than that. It's the best trip I've ever taken. I can make an album in a month. I think we're gonna be all right. Can you say it's exciting? You see? We actually made connections with people. Actually made friends. I do think that this is just the start of it.
Thank you.
DJ in Africa.
With a big hand, let's give it up for PJ Morton. My brother. How you doing? Man?
I'm good.
Hey,
What's up, everybody? Good to see you.
He got the memo.
What's that? Yeah, you know, I try to
he got that.
Try to make you proud, man.
Trying
to make you proud.
My guy, how you doing?
I'm good. Good to see you in person, you know?
Yeah. Good to see you in person, because like it was a little flimsy there.
Yeah, we did, you know, technology.
Yeah,
you know, but we're here in person. It's so good to be back in Cape Town, man. It's special.
Yeah, man, it's good to see you. Guys, let's give it up for PJ Morton once again.
Thank you.
Listen, man, you're back in Africa again. Last time I spoke to you, you were in Africa for the first time trying to make an album. The album is finished now. You happy with that?
I'm very happy with it. Yes, I'm happy with it. Yeah, I mean, I didn't know what to expect. The last time I was here, it literally was just, you know, all up in the air on what was going to happen. And I really had to, like, trust myself. You know, I really had to trust my instincts. There wasn't a lot of time to say, oh, this can be a hit, or this could be that, or this is gonna work for this.
Yeah.
It was literally, does it move me or not? You know, if it does, let's keep going. If it doesn't, we gotta move on. We've only got 30 days, you know. And that just initially started off as it felt like, you know, created apprehension and anxiety, you know. It's like, oh, but then it just started to create freedom, you know, because it's like, well, this is what we got. This is what it is, you know. This is who I am. This is the gift that's coming out. So like, that made me like relax and just trust it. But as soon as I got to Cape Town, first day 2, when I went into the studio, I started writing 3 songs just like that, you know. So yeah.
Yeah, I like the story when you tell the story about how you wrote Simun, and the help that you got from one of our own, Jonathan Badlang. And can you talk about that a little bit?
Yeah, so the very first night in Cape Town, we went to a friend's house and had a jam session.
Yeah,
kind of like a welcome party to Cape Town, and Jonathan Butler was there, and as soon as I saw him, this tune in my head came to my mind. It was Simun. I would play this thing on the piano, and because I was just grasping, I probably couldn't enjoy any party or anything that I did because it all went back to why I'm here. It's like I can enjoy myself, but I got to get back to the studio. And so I saw him, and I asked him if he could come to the studio the next day. And I said, I got this call and response idea. And so he came to the studio the next day. Shout out to Penny Lane Studios. That's where we started. And I asked him if there was a word that was a big word, that kind of could be a call and response thing that meant something big. And he told me Simun.
Yeah. And
that's all I needed. I didn't ask anything else. He was like, or this, or I was like,
no, forget
I'm good.
that.
And I went to the piano, and it started to write itself really and I had that tune in my head for a very long time.
Yeah.
But it was almost as if it was waiting for me to get to Africa for me to write it.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. Give it up for PJ Morton once again.
Thank you.
Now, there's a lot going on in your home right now with the elections and all.
Yeah.
Now, let's say that you woke up one day and I found you was being played at a Trump rally. and then Trump says, PJ, I'll give you about 100 million rand. No, $100 million.
Okay,
I'm
even
thinking
better.
in South African rands here. 100 million.
100 million rand ain't bad.
Yeah, it ain't bad. It's $50,000 though. So he says, I'll give you $100 million if you let me use this song for my campaign. Would you let him do that?
No, probably not.
PJ, that's going to set you up for life, bruh.
No, it's
that's
true.
Generational money.
True. It's probably not a good business decision.
It's not a good business decision.
Well, no, I probably couldn't live with myself.
You couldn't live with yourself, yeah.
Yeah, it's just, I write these songs from such a genuine, pure place. I would hate for it to be used for a division, know. And that's usually the mode. That's usually the mood is like divisiveness,
yeah,
it is. And so I can't give I Found You to that.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, look at what happened to Chrisette Michelle.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
She paid for that.
Yeah, she
heavily.
paid for that heavily.
Maybe too heavy actually.
Yeah,
for us.
maybe too heavy.
Yeah.
We should be forgiving.
Exactly, for sure.
Yeah, she made a mistake.
We love Chrisette. Yeah,
because she's a great singer.
She's an amazing
You ever got to
artist.
work with her?
Yeah, Chrisette and I don't know what we worked on exactly. It's nothing that ever came out. Yeah, but we've talked about it.
It's because of that situation, isn't it? You're like, no, this is never coming out now.
No.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't that. Yeah, maybe one day. I love Chrisette though. Yeah.
Yeah, you've worked with a lot of people. Is there anyone that you think that guy or that girl, I would like to make a record with them one day?
Like now?
Yeah, right.
Like who I haven't worked with?
Yeah, you haven't worked with. Yeah. They could be here in SA or in the States.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. I don't know. I haven't thought about it right now. I've been in such a
You've done it all,
a different mindset. No, I wouldn't say all. There's always more. I grew up a huge Brandy fan, I could see us collaborating on something in life. I love what SZA's doing,
Yeah.
A little PJ Morton on SZA could be
a vibe.
Yeah, I like doing things that are different, coming from a different place, and nobody expected Yebba or JoJo.
No one. Yeah.
So I'm usually not coming for the obvious thing.
Yeah. There's a big fan of PJ Morton and Yebba over there. Her name is Candice Lynn Warner. She's sitting
the one
over
who's
there.
not looking. All right.
Yeah, the one who's not looking, because she thinks I'm gonna ask her about what's your first album. No, I'm not going to ask that, Candice.
No quiz. No
Yeah,
quiz.
no quiz, no quiz. But she's a big fan of that song.
Thank you so much.
And
Appreciate
she always requested on my Sunday show all the time.
Amazing.
Yeah, because it's such a great song. Because you did such a great job in capturing a song. I think like that song, generationally, you've made it live into another generation now.
Yeah.
Have you ever interacted with the Bee Gees estate around that song?
Only a little bit.
Yeah.
They reposted it on Twitter.
Yeah.
The Bee Gees account, and I got word that Barry approved.
Yeah.
I got
If
word.
Barry approves,
Yeah.
if Barry approves.
Now I don't remember where I got that word from, but I did. Somebody did tell me that Barry loves it.
Yeah.
So I hope so. You know, it's become. I mean, it's the gift that keeps on giving for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's a song that I loved, and we were having fun. You know, it was a very last minute decision when I did it on original Gumbo album.
Yeah.
I was done with the album, and I was like, I think I want to cover. You know. And I was on tour with Maroon 5, actually, and we were putting names in the hat. They were like, you should cover this. What about this, PJ? What about that? And none of it really worked, and I looked up the top 20 songs of all time. And I was like, well, I love How Deep Is Your Love. I was like, no, just try that. And it was the last song I recorded on Gumbo. And then the live one was very last minute, too. Yebba was singing my version on Instagram.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, I'm going to do a live version of it, like in a couple weeks. I was like, do you want to do it? And that was it. We rehearsed that day and recorded it that day.
And then she just rocked it.
That was it. She did. What you heard was what happened in the room, you know.
Ah, beautiful, beautiful,
Yeah.
beautiful. You're not going to try and work with anyone while you're down in SA again?
This time?
Yeah, this time around?
I created a little less time for myself this time, you know, than the 30 days. You know, but I'm always open, man. There's not much to do in the studio today. I went over to Penny Lane today, actually, for the Full Circle moment. You know, we're still shooting the documentary. So I wanted to go back to the place that I started. You know, my plan is to be here much more.
Yeah. You should.
And so, you know, I don't think I have to rush anything. I think it's going to be as organic as everything else I do, which is, you know, live and feel and let's see what happens, you know, as opposed to, even when we were talking when I first got here, a lot of
we talk, guys.
Yeah. Even the label was like, "Oh, what people are you gonna work with? What are you gonna?" And I was like, "I have to write I gotta write songs first.
Yeah.
You know, for me, it's always song first, like feeling first. You know, before we dress it up and shine it up. So generally, I think of artists and you know people I want to work with. When the inspiration hits, it's not. I don't have a list, you know.
Yeah.
Not anymore. Stevie ruined everything, you know. It's like I used to say I want to work with Stevie,
once
and I
you
work
got
with Stevie
Stevie
Wonder,
feature,
and it's like, all right, well, I just want to work with whoever now that moves me. You know, I don't have a name anymore. But I mean, obviously, I love South Africa. I hope that shows, you know.
No, it definitely shows.
Yeah,
man, it definitely shows.
So I plan to.
I mean, what's his name? Mos Def. He stayed in Cape Town for quite some time actually.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, he used to stay on Long Street.
Okay.
At the Pepper Club, he stayed for maybe 2 years.
Wow.
You know, we would just be walking on Long Street, and Mos Def would be walking up there until the government of South Africa threw him out.
Yeah. Okay.
He did.
Yeah. It's like, all right.
Time to go. Peace.
Yeah. Yeah. Too much.
You know.
Okay,
yeah.
All right.
But
no more death.
Yeah.
Okay.
No more death. But you're welcome to stay here at any time, man.
Thank you, man.
You're one of us. You're one of us. You're one of us. Simun, we are one.
Yes, indeed.
You know what I mean?
Indeed.
As it says.
Indeed.
Now, I don't know if anyone in the audience. That's the lovely young lady that I interviewed. Is it not? No, that's not. She looks like the lovely young lady that you wrote a song for.
The Carly.
Califia.
That's
Califia.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
She's over there. Yeah, there she is. Yeah, she's over there, Califia.
What's up? What's up?
Yeah, you wrote a song for her.
That's right. Yeah, we actually share management, and it was a song that we had that he always loved, Wade.
Yeah.
Always loved, and we talked about what I was doing with it, and I was like, sometimes, again, I usually write for a purpose, you know.
Yeah.
This has happened a few times in life where I wrote for one reason, but the real reason presented itself, you know. And so this was much like that, where we had this great song, and it deserved a voice and a purpose to it, and so it just worked out that way. And now, you know, it's her single right now.
Yeah, I know. She definitely did it justice.
Yes,
for
indeed.
For sure.
Indeed.
I don't know if anyone in the room wants to. Maybe you have a burning question that you have for our guy PJ Morton. You speak now or forever hold your peace. Oh, there's a man over there who has a question.
Where did the inspiration come from for I Found You?
I Found You.
I Found You.
The first time, basically, 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Yeah. Such a special love song. I'll be honest, you know, when I was working on the album here, I was writing so fast that I didn't have time to process. There was no intention. I couldn't have any intention. It was like, it's almost like your soul speaking, and your brain had to catch up later. A lot of these songs later, I was like, oh, okay, that's what I was talking about. Or like, this is why I wrote that. You know, Please Be Good to Me, I thought was like a sexy, like R&B, like vibe, you know, like, and I'm saying, take me to another place. Like, I don't need to be in control. I was literally talking about promising coming to Africa to make an album that quick, and please, Africa, be good to me. You know what I'm saying? And so I Found You came out of nowhere, really. I didn't think that I was gonna write a love song per se while I was here, because I thought it would reflect my journey. Again, I didn't have expectations, but I thought I was, and so that came out of nowhere, just a love song that, you know, I mean, I love love, I always have. That really confirmed it for me, that love is just such a center point in my life, that even in the midst of this crazy travel and seeing all these new things and experiencing all these new cultures, just a simple love song dropped in the middle of that, you know. So I must have just been feeling love, you know, and feeling loved, and I just went with that.
Yeah, beautiful. A lot of people, there's another question.
The Sugar's over there. We talked earlier. Yeah.
That's
such
a huge part of the music of who you are, that you created. And I actually had to promise. I got into trouble because a lot of people know your gospel catalog, and when I play this one, ask PJ about this experience. So, and it came through so many times. So I thought I'd ask it here because we didn't have the opportunity today. People wanted to know about your experience with working with the Clark sisters.
Oh my God, yeah, it was a dream come true. I mean, as much as gospel is a part of my life and experience, and it was the reason I got into music, really. I mean, being a preacher's kid, I only have one gospel album, you know, because it was important for me growing up as a preacher's kid to separate myself, and everybody thought I was gospel from the very beginning. So it took me all the way to 2020 to do this gospel album. But I looked at it as a negative initially. I started right before the pandemic, and then I was like, once the pandemic started, I was like, well, I'll just wait till after this is over. And then I was like, we don't know when this is gonna be over. And I felt like people really needed those songs. Like, you know, gospel is the genre of hope, you know, and faith, and we really needed that. And so once Reggie and I, once we start figuring out technology, we're like, okay, we learned how to record in the pandemic, you know, virtually. All this stuff was in real time. We were just learning. And, you know, so what was a negative initially turned into a positive in the sense that all these artists were at home. You know what I'm saying? They couldn't tell me they were on tour. I'm like, I know where you are. Yeah, not busy now. So I was able to pick from the litter of everybody my favorites. And what's so amazing about this is my dad grew up with the Clark sisters, you know. He grew up with the Winans. Like, these families are more than just gospel royalty. I literally grew up with them and their kids, and so this was a full circle moment for me now as a producer, because I only sang on 2 songs on that album. It's really about my catalog. It's really about my discography of things that I've written for other artists, and it's one of my favorite albums. Maybe because I'm not singing a lot on it, it's like I don't have to, brag about myself, but it's my work, and my songs. And I got to do it with literally my favorites of all time and the best of all time in gospel, And so like Clark Sisters were so life-changing for me when I was a kid, like hearing Twinkie play and produce, and the way she took a different approach to gospel that was more modern back then. I mean, they groundbreaking and changed my life. So it was a big full circle moment.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You're gonna do more gospel albums in the future, though, right?
Yeah, we'll see. It only took 20 years.
So you're as a preacher's son, when you finally made the gospel album, how did your dad feel about it?
Man, he was happy. Thankfully, my dad was my biggest fan anyway.
Yeah.
He had probably given up on the gospel album, so it was like a surprise for him. He wasn't expecting it anymore.
Yeah.
I had disappointed him enough. No, I'm just playing. No, he's my biggest fan, man. And he loves what I do, and always told me that what I did to reach people was gonna look different from what he did to reach people. And so I was fully confident in that, but it really hit me to do it. Again, I only move when I'm inspired. I don't force things. I could have done a gospel album a long time ago, but it was right in that moment. But my favorite part of the gospel album is the conversations between me and my father. We got 3 interludes on that album, and that to me that
meant the world.
Oh, that's the best part of the album to me. I had the songs obviously, and I'm like, something is missing, and I didn't have my dad on the song, kind of on purpose. I'm like, I don't need him to sing a song. He's my dad. He represents this. Those conversations to me make the whole album. Yeah,
beautiful.
Yeah.
The Better Benediction Part 1 and 2 are just absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, that's your joint.
That's my joint, man.
Yeah.
That's my joint. Give it up for PJ Morton once again.
Thank you.
I don't know if because I see there's like a keyboard here.
Look at that.
I spy with my little eye. A keyboard. You know what I mean? I don't know. Somebody just put it here.
Yeah, that's weird.
And you happen to play a keyboard.
I do play a little bit.
You just happen to play a little bit. I don't know if we can twist your arm before we let you go this evening, for you to play us. Just a little something.
Yeah, of course. I can do something.
Okay. That was easy. I thought
twist my arm. Oh, I should have dragged it out just a little.
Dragged it out a little bit, but like
I don't know if I can. I don't know,
if
man.
I
don't know, man. Yeah, no, I got you.
Okay, so he's got it.
I guess I'll do one from the new album. We won't do this one for Trump.
I'd been searching for a long time for someone to be for all time. Then came you. I found you. I know some people go a lifetime and they never found what I have found in you. It was always you. It's just the way you get me. I only have to be me. You still love me completely. So glad I found you. I just love being around you. My feet lift off the ground with you. I'm so glad I found you. See, I had given up on searching. Tried love, but it wasn't working until you. Till I found you. Ooh. Maybe I'm just optimistic, 'cause I want everyone to have it like I do. The way I have you. Ooh. just the way you get me. I only have to be me. Still love me completely. So glad I found you. I just love being around you. My feet lift off the ground with you. I'm so glad I found you. It's just that love seems so old-fashioned, like it was just a passing phase. I couldn't imagine finding love like you, but you made me a believer. I can't even believe we're here. I want it forever. I've been waiting for a long time for someone to be for our time. Then came you. I found you.
Yeah. All right, let's see. I wrote this in Cape Town. So. Let's see.
If you're ever feeling low, always know that I am close. Every single step you take, I'll be riding right along. Count on me, count on me, count on me. You can count on me. Count on me, count on me, count on me. You can count on me. Yeah. Where the sunrise in the morning, or we're riding through a storm. Oh, see, I'm not saying there won't be dark days, but you won't have to face the dark alone. Count on me, count on me, count on me. You can count on me. Oh, count on me, count on me, count on me. You can count on me.
We didn't pay for Fireboy tonight. No, I'm good. I'm good. All right, let's see. Oh, they didn't switch. All right, one last song. We're going to do this one together, though, okay?
Yeah, yeah. I know your eyes in the morning sun. I feel you touch me in the pouring rain.
Yeah.
And the moment that you wander far from me, I wanna feel you in my arms again. And you come to me on a summer breeze, keep me warm in your love. Then you're soft lately, yeah. And it's me you need to show. Come on, how deep? Yeah, it's your love. How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down, yeah. When they should let us be. We belong to you and me.
You got your part?
I believe in you. Okay. You know the door to my vein. Okay, yeah, Buzz, I hear you. You're the light in my deepest, darkest hour.
Okay.
You're my fall, and you made. you know deep. What? Okay, and it's me you did. How deep is I hear ya? Is your love? How deep is your love? I really mean to learn, 'cause we're living in a world of fools, breaking us down when they all should let us be. We belong. What last time? Come on, say, how deep is I to learn, 'cause we're living world full, breaking us down, yeah, when they all should let us be. We belong to you and me.
Yo, give it up for PJ Morton.